who she was, but Nichelle Murdoch right here is the woman that. Yes, let's give her her flowers.
You want to do the intro or you want to do the flowers?
We gonna.
Do you want me to
You do
do
the
all
intro, I
of
do
them?
flowers.
Okay, we're gonna do
Introduce
this.
me first.
Okay. I would like to introduce producer extraordinaire, businesswoman, trailblazer, Nichelle Murdoch.
Facts. Woo!
Oh, y'all can do better than that.
Come on, y'all.
Y'all can do better. So let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all know who I am. It's okay if you don't. I will be unaffordable soon. This is the first. This woman right here gave me my first hosting opportunity in LA, and I feel like I've taken that platform and I've done so much with it. But I'm grateful that she saw something in me and gave me the space, the opportunity, and the platform to work my craft and learn my voice on the stage. And I'm so grateful for you. I've seen you love on so many comedians, man, because especially just being a black comedian in the city, we don't feel seen all the time, but you have a place and a home for us to be able to perform. And on a Thursday night, it's such a big deal in LA because if you've ever been to LA, on Thursday night, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Parties, everything going on. But to get on stage on a Thursday night in the world famous Comedy Store is a big deal, man. So she was the first one to give me that platform. She's been through so much, and she keeps a smile on her face. And I'm just grateful for this woman being in the city, and she's so necessary. Her heart is huge, man. And I just I want everybody who's watching this to know, man, this woman is so awesome and such a necessary part of the comedy scene in LA, man. But we're grateful for you, and we love you so much, man. Nichelle Murdoch, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Man, you have no idea.
And I remember when Ron G, when he first came.
Man. I had 2 jokes in a country accent.
Well, what year was that, Ron? What year did you get here?
I got here like 05.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the 05.
And I remember Levi said, there's somebody outside that's asking for you. Because Zoo Man sent me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And so it was like, okay. And I went out there and we were like, I'm Ron G. I was like, get in here.
Hilarious.
And he stayed in here ever
Hilarious.
since. So we love Ron G.
A question I want to ask you, like, how did you keep it going, man? Because there's been times when I first got out here and it was like the thing, and then after a while, I remember there's been like 2 people in here for a while, but you always kept it going. What kept you motivated? You know what I'm saying? Like, you taking care of your family, you coming back here. How did you stay motivated to like love on these comedians who basically needed a home? Like, how'd you even do that? What kept you going all this time? 17 years is a long time to do anything.
It's a really long time. I saw the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And then I was, been blessed to have like a very supportive, a really good supportive group around, from, friends. Mm-hmm. You guys have become, friends no matter what, even if there, wasn't anybody here, it was a bunch of comedians.
Oh, I'm muted.
And then, Levi, the support, that was a big help. Of course, my parents who are on the Zoom somewhere. Okay. I hope my father's not asleep.
I hear it way better, yeah.
But, and my sisters and, just, people just motivate. Oh, and you need that when you are out here and trying to do it. But it was really just seeing the bigger picture. And I knew that,
but they can also hear
Crackmuck was bigger than
I have headphones on. So I can hear
that is where we all, like you said, it's like a family reunion. We came, we grew, we cried, we laughed, we fought,
But do you get your impact on the city? I don't think you understand. It's almost like being that one school teacher that saw you before you got your life together, and then you get your life together and come back to the school and be like, hey, teacher, I'm somebody.
So basically, you old girl on Dangerous Minds.
Big head boy, come on over here.
Yeah. And I love
like,
seeing
I
y'all
don't think
come
you
back.
get how big your impact and your thumbprint is in the city for comics. Because literally, there's a lot of comics who would have never touched the stage if it wasn't for you. In this city, like for real, like never touched the stage.
That feels good.
I love juicy too, because I want you to feel all this love.
I mean,
ain't nobody hugging. I want you to feel all this love. You literally changed my life, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm not just saying that. Like, you literally changed my life and gave me a chance when nobody even knew who I was or cared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ron, how long were you hosting?
Clean comedy.
How long were you a host, Ron, of Crack 'em Up Thursdays?
Maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Because you
probably
hosted
like 3 or 4
with
years.
Esau and Leslie Jones.
Yeah, and actually it was post Leslie. Leslie was
Okay.
gone. I think she went to New York already. But
Okay.
I came up on the Esau, man, and just being under Esau and knowing Esau was going to destroy it, I'm like, I got to do my best. I got to do my best, man. But I've had so many great moments in that room. I don't know but you have to give me memorable moments.
You know what? I think my most memorable moment was I've been doing Crack 'em Up for years, right? I've been out here since 2010. I think my first time doing the show had to be maybe 2013, 14-ish, maybe 15. Most memorable moment was, and I can't remember the specific day, but when Nichelle asked me if I wanted to become a host. And I remember just thinking about everybody who hosted. And I remember hanging up in the green room upstairs in the belly room. In case you guys don't know, we have upstairs. The belly room is a small room, but there's a green room in the back where the comics kind of hang out and congregate. We talk shop until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. But I remember just being, when she called me and she asked me, I remember thinking about all the nights I used to be up in the belly room and looking at Tony host, looking at Ron host, looking at Esau host, knowing that Leslie used to be there, Justin, knowing all of these people who I admired who were on that stage in that same position. I remember being like, damn.
Stars.
Yeah, I remember like, damn.
Stars because of you, man.
I wouldn't have ever thought. So, Nichelle, just like Ron said, we appreciate you. We thank you for being a beacon of hope and light for us. Because, again, it's hard getting stage time as a Black woman in LA. Yeah, it's stuff starting to open up a little bit. I mean, we popping now, but right, we popping. But there was a time where that wasn't really the case.
That's true.
And I feel like Nichelle really saw us. I feel like you see us.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're so welcome. I mean, it's just refreshing. I love the OGs, the veterans, but to hear the new jokes and pop for the first time.
Yeah.
And I love seeing like some of you guys, it just sneaks up on you. And then when you get that big laugh when you're coming up, it's like the shock that you guys have, that feeling. So
one thing I've always loved about your Thursday night, I feel like it's the most honest room in the city.
It is.
I really feel like if you're a comic and you perform here on a Thursday night, it's literally the most honest room in the city, because it's been times where I've seen legends come in at 12 o'clock at night and they stay until 2. It's about 3 people left and they still giving them the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that room is not a place where you can just fart around and play around, because I've seen people, like really good people, get stared at because they wasn't giving the crowd what they needed. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love that room and I love the energy. And it's so funny, when you hired me to host, I used to walk from Santa Monica, that hill down there, all the way up here, because I didn't want to spend $15 before I got out here. When I first got here, I was spending $15 a week to park, and I wasn't even making no money.
Okay.
And I would leave here broke. I would lose money by coming to work, but I love the room so much. And to say you performed at the world famous Comedy Store was such a big deal. And walking down that hill, walking up the hill, and walking down. One time I was walking up the hill, one of my boys drove by, a couple of my homies drove by in the car, and they like, "What you doing on Santa Monica Boulevard?" And I was like, "I parked right here," and I was walking.
Nah, you walking the stroll.
They thought I was working.
You on the stroll.
And I get to work. My thighs is sizzling from that walk up that hill. But I just remember like just being in that room. And also there's 2, if y'all haven't been here before, there's 2 shows. One show is the one on stage, and the other one is the green room.
Oh yeah.
As a young comic, that green room is where you cut your chops. That's where you find your voice and see how you stand amongst your heroes. You know what I'm saying?
Or get straight ignored. Because don't get it twisted. A lot of that is kind of finding your way and kind of building your own reputation. Because if people, everybody's friends out here to an extent, but everybody doesn't enter the game as friends or as a respected comedian or peer.
Absolutely.
So a lot of it is just sitting back and observing. That first 2-3 years you out here, you just listening, you absorbing, you really literally in the room, like, trying to find your place. Like, wow, I am in the room with X, Y, and Z. I think that's another aspect of the experience. Now, Nichelle, one of your most memorable moments, please give us 1 or 2.
Ooh. Okay, well, here's one. Yeah. Here's one. It's so many, 17 years, and there's 2 that, of course, just really stick out. There was one where, and I love how at the Comedy Store, the people working the door and the wait staff and the bartenders, even the managers will say, "Hey, Nichelle, such and such is here. You may want to see if you can get them upstairs." And so this particular day is Chris Tucker. And he was downstairs in the original room. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like ready to fall out. And I was like, okay, because this is my first time meeting him. And so I kind of stalked him in the hallway. And then when he came out, everybody swarmed him. And I was just like, Mr. Tucker, And he looked, and I said, I need you upstairs. And he was like, okay, after I finish talking to everybody, I'll come on up. So then I ran upstairs, and I'm so excited, like, oh my God. And then I'm on the phone with my friend Kathy, and I'm telling her, oh my God, you got to get here, because Chris Tucker is about to go up. And so I looked at the bottom, because if anyone has been here before, the belly room is like upstairs. And so, you can look down. And so when I look down, I see Chris Tucker, Eddie Murphy, and Johnny Gill.
I remember that
Oh,
night.
Johnny Gill.
Please, I remember that
Johnny
night.
Gill.
I remember that night, bro.
Johnny Gill.
I see them, and I'm
Rub
like,
you the right.
and I'm just like, oh my God.
What did
Exactly.
what is it? What? Say it again.
And rub you the right way. All right, stupid. I'm sorry.
And so anyway, so they come up there, and Chris just, this is when he was like, he had stopped cursing, but he cursed that night. He brought it back.
Nervous.
Yeah. And so
It's an
so
honest
he was
room.
cursing, and it was great. And Eddie Murphy was here, and I asked him, I said, I asked him if he would like to go up, and he was just like, no. So I was like, okay.
Man.
But yeah, but that moment, that was just
Around what year was that, Nichelle? What was that like?
It was
Maybe
like at least 7
7?
years ago.
it was like it
2007?
was before 2010.
I
Okay.
remember that. Let me tell you what I remember. Because I remember sitting, I felt like I performed that night,
Probably.
but I sat down on the second level where
Okay.
everybody sit at right under that light that I done hit my head there so many times.
Mhm.
I sat right there, and Eddie Murphy sat next to me with his hands in his pocket.
Oh.
Now, as a
Okay.
comedian, to see Eddie Murphy, I ain't gonna lie, I fanned out. Like I froze up because I'm like, what do you say to a man who's heard every compliment there is? And while he's sitting there watching Chris Tucker, people kept walking up, stepping over me like I didn't even exist, trying to speak to him, saying, man, you're great. And I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. And I never said hello to him. Because in my head, I'm like, I'll meet him when I'm supposed to. I don't like getting on people's nerves. But he sat right there, and I never said anything to him. That's my first time ever getting shell shocked speaking to a celebrity, like
Right.
ever.
He makes Eddie.
And I sat right next, and he looked like he didn't want to, he looked like he didn't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
You ever see?
Yeah.
He had his hand in his pocket, he had the shades on, the little track jacket zipped up to his throat.
Right.
I was like, man, yeah, let me leave him alone.
All right, so we'll hold that thought. We're gonna keep going with the stories. We have some more guests, some exciting things, but I believe, Nichelle, we got some video packages that we want to show the people. So we want to do that right now and toss to some special shout outs, y'all.
Wrap 'em up Thursday. Yo, y'all come from a long way. I remember back in the beginning when it was just a dream. Now y'all taking it, doing great things for the community, for comedy. Yourselves, you and the crew, y'all keep doing your thing.
That camera. Well, now they're
Doing
talking.
it down south in Miami, wherever I might be. You don't know the pandemic, all this stuff that ain't supposed to be.
All right, y'all. Thank you again for joining us for the 17-year anniversary for Crack 'em Up Comedy Show. We are
17 years is a
here.
long time.
We are here in the original room at the world famous Comedy Store, Sunset Boulevard. And tonight we're gonna have some special guests popping in and out. We're gonna have packages from current hosts, former hosts, just people who have played a part in keeping this show going for so long.
There's a lot of great names too.
A lot of great names. So Ron, you were talking a little earlier about what Crack 'em Up means to you. Did you give, besides the Eddie Murphy moment, did you give your most memorable moment here at the show?
I have so many. One of my biggest ones, and I'm not sure if he was even out here then, but I remember when David Chappelle took his break and went to Africa. Remember that?
Yeah,
At the
I
end of the
wasn't here.
Chappelle
Yeah.
show? Yeah, you wasn't here. And he took his break, and I remember when he came back and did the main room. And if you were doing Crack 'em Up, that's when they had the wallpaper that looked like the leaves, the big green
Right.
leaves. And there was a big hole in the wall, and you can see through the big hole, you can see the main stage. And I remember that moment, somebody yelled out, "Chappelle back." And all the comedians, I don't know who was performing, I felt bad for them. All the comedians came and stuck their head through this little hole and watched Chappelle perform. And watching that moment was like little kids who like looking through the hole in the fence, and you watching like life change. Like
Mhm.
when Chappelle came back, and we all became kids. Like some of the coolest comics you ever want to meet literally became kids because we looking through this hole in the wall, watching Chappelle perform. And it was just one of the moments like I need to journal this moment because I remember what it felt like because he did his show and just disappeared, and everybody loved his show. And every comedian, I'm talking about like legends, looking like little kids, looking through this little hole, watching Chappelle perform on the main stage, and that was like one of my dopest, most memorable moments because it's one of those moments in comedy like you'll never get a moment like that again.
Right.
Was that when he did? I'm sorry, I came
No,
in at the
I said
end.
it was basically it's when Chappelle came back off his hiatus.
Okay.
And he performed in the main room, but there was a big hole in the wall. I don't know if you remember
I
that.
remember
in
that.
The, in the
I
green
remember
room,
that.
it was a big hole in the wall, and everybody was like, it was like 10 of us with our head through the hole watching Chappelle perform, and it was like the most magical moment ever. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a kid right now. We was all students of Chappelle, and now look where he is. Like, he walked away from 50 and then made 100.
Right.
Crazy.
Now, Uncle Levi, you are, guys, in case you can't see Uncle Levi, walk in front of the camera, right? Poke your head over there. Uncle Levi has been a fixture at Crack 'em Up Comedy for years.
His hair's been a fixture just as long, but we appreciate you, Uncle Levi. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. If you ever walk through the doors of Crack 'em Up in the belly room, you have been greeted by Uncle Levi. I'm talking about suited and booted, okay, curl shining, okay. But Uncle Levi, you've been here this whole time as well. What was one of your most memorable moments? And
Dave Chappelle. You remember when Dave Chappelle called me up on stage? He called me the ghost Miles Davis.
What?
Sex move. He called him sex move.
He called me the ghost of Miles Davis. I went up on stage, y'all, and he gave me his trumpet. So I took the trumpet. What am I doing with the trumpet?
Wait, Dave Chappelle had a trumpet with him?
No, he had his band up there.
Oh, okay.
He had a 3-piece band.
Okay.
And I put the trumpet in my mouth. I did like. It didn't let him come out, right? He's like, whoa.
Can y'all see Uncle Levi? Y'all can't see him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the camera's right
You're
here.
right here, Uncle Levi.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Oh no, we can see you. We got you. You good right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the
You
top
see me
box
now?
right there? The top highlighted box. Keep
Top
going, Uncle
left?
Levi. We can see you.
That's
Okay,
me.
cool.
We see
Yeah.
him.
And
Alright,
that
cool.
was my greatest moment there. I've had some bad moments. I mean, it's not one time that I'm at the store.
How do you have a bad moment? You like make everybody else?
No. People want to make it bad, but I don't.
Oh.
let it
Oh yeah,
happen.
they would harass
They
Levi.
would harass me. Everybody want to get in free,
Yeah.
and I can't do that because people got to behave. And I say, hey, look, come on.
Yeah.
And I got number one joke that I would ask. Tell me a joke in 3 seconds if you're a comedian.
Right.
They wouldn't do it. I said, $15.
I done seen Uncle Levi shake some folks down at the door. Remember there was this white dude coming in here. He was like, yeah, I'm a comic, whatever. Dude wasn't a comic. He looked like somebody who just roamed off the street. But
Right.
Uncle Levi walked up to him, listen here, young blood. I'm gonna need that $15.
Right.
And Buddy gave him the $15 and went in.
I don't think y'all get how important Uncle Levi is to this whole movement as well, man. Because Uncle Levi literally is the face of Crack 'em Up. Like, he is the mascot. When you walk through the door, you're going to see him with the curl. It's going to look soft dry. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. It looked like he put the chemicals in at night. So when you wake up, it look natural. Also, he going to be dressed up. He got a tie on under a t-shirt. Let me tell you something. That's a special kind of flyness. You got a tie on under the t-shirt.
Okay, suited.
It's like
Booted.
church under the t-shirt, but it's a softball game on top of it. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta, you go.
What is that,
got on?
red?
He got on the
Okay, you got sneakers and slacks. Let me tell you something. There's a prayer meeting at noon, but there's a game at 2 p.m. after service. You stay clean, open casket for no reason at all.
Hey, y'all, we have this fun because that's what it's all about. It's all about smiles, the mixture of love and each other, to do what we do.
And I want to add this too, man. I'm grateful for you as well because I feel like you taught me how to smile even when life is falling apart. Because as much as, I guess fans feel like they need comedians need y'all as well for the support and the love. You know what I'm saying? So the environment means everything. And you and Nichelle have cultivated and curated an environment where comics always feel like they're home. They always feel welcome. They always feel love. And I'm grateful for that.
Michelle has an impeccable thing about her to always smile.
Well, sometimes.
It's real impeccable, Ron, because with Nichelle, she always smiles and she keeps the joke. No matter how bad a comedian might want to come to her and speak to her, I can't let it happen because she's on the road. And I got to keep it going.
Well, yeah, we got to keep it professional. I mean, in the beginning, we used to throw the comics out, but yeah, I would be like, Levi, get them out of here.
Yes, because it'd be too many or one way or the other. But the comedians are a big factor to the Comedy Store because this is where we get our training. The comedians get their training from other comedians.
Right.
And it's an asset for me to see it.
Well, you've been an asset to us, Uncle Levi, and like we said earlier, you and Nichelle have kept us going this entire time. And real quick before we toss to some more videos and shout outs, just shouting out everybody who's here. We got Carlos in the building in the back.
Carlos.
We got the host Rail Battle out here on the patio.
Real battle.
We got
his
the battle,
brother,
the Battle
twin.
Brothers outside out here eating chicken. Jasmine, we see you.
Hey, Jazz.
New mom
With the
Jasmine.
little one.
But who's out here as well. Guys, thank you so much again for tuning in.
And
There's
there's
a dog out
there's
there.
quite a few people out on the back
We
patio
got some
too.
more on the back patio
Yeah.
as well. But we're gonna keep the show going. We're gonna toss to another video package, and we'll be right back.
Okay. And then we want to acknowledge the people on the screen. I know you can't see them. Yeah. It's like those are my parents.
Oh, man.
Remember Big Thunder?
I remember speaking.
He used to be one of the first hosts.
Oh, I don't remember.
Brookline.
And then Gerard
How do you play?
Chandelier.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Chandelier. How do I get down to the right? Or is that it?
That's it. Those are the people who had the camera. Everybody else don't have the camera.
Can I use in that time? Oh, I think so.
Yay, thank you.
And then there's Beverly. Oh, yeah.
Chandelier just said they can't hear the videos.
They can't hear it. They can't hear the video.
On Zoom, they can't hear.
Okay, got it.
You should be able to put it on the side over there. We can see it.
Okay.
Try to square it. See what happens.
Okay.
Oh, no. That's not it. The line next to it. Oh, man. Yeah, it's supposed to be on to the right.
Is it because I have it on me?
We love y'all too.
Hello. Hello. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Nichelle, the volume is low on the videos. We can't hear it.
Rail is without the hat. Terrence is with the hat. Rail's without the hat.
So he talking to the wrong brother.
Rail said Rail said no.
Oh, what's wrong?
Are we back? All right, y'all. Okay, so first, thank you for joining us. 17-year anniversary Crack 'em Up comedy show here, Los Angeles, world famous comedy store, Sunset Boulevard.
Hey.
We are here. I'm Cornelia, joined
Comedian
by
Ron G.
comedian Ron G.
Emmy
And
Award winner.
Michelle.
You know what, Ron? Let's talk about the
Rob
Emmy.
you the right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ron, you did win an Emmy. Tell us what you won the Emmy for and the details around it,
So
because
actually,
that is such a great accomplishment.
so honestly, man, comedy has allowed me to do so many great things in this world, man. I actually did a show. There was a jazz festival in Pasadena, and this guy wanted me to do it, and the money was okay, and I'm like, ain't no money. And I got there, in between one of the acts, the DJ didn't come out and the act didn't come out, so I was just giving it to him. It was like almost 500, like probably close to 1,000 people in this little grassy area, and I was giving them a hard 20 minutes, and they came back out like, wow. The next day I get a call from a producer of the show, and he was like, hey man, I saw you yesterday, you killed it. We're kind of looking for the consulting producer for this show to help write the funny for it. And I was like, what show? And he was like, little show on CNN called United Shades of America. and he told me how much I would get paid. And he's like, if you need time to think about it, let me know. And I was like, I'm good now. And I went on the road, man, and got my first Emmy off my first consulting producer gig. But I'm so grateful for that. And it's one of those things that literally changed my life just by this comedy, man. Comedy changed my life, man. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about doing comedy, man, give it 100%. I know we're in some weird times. You can't really go on stage right now. But social media and using this voice that you got, man, that God gave you, man, be reckless with it and speak your mind and watch how your life can change, man. Especially if it's in your heart. Don't ignore that.
Ron, I came to California. I wanted to be an actor. I've been working here 17 years.
Mhm.
I've been working here 17
Because of
I came here to California in 1989. I wanted to be an actor. I did a movie then, but here at the
What movie
comedy
was it,
store,
Levi? We got it.
Les Brown.
Les Brown? Oh,
Yeah.
you're the speaker, right?
Yeah,
know Les
I was a
Brown.
probation officer in his movie,
Oh.
and I did good, you know. So since I've been working for Crack 'em Up, Laugh Mob Laugh Track has done wonders for us,
Yeah.
you know, and that's something that I really appreciate being. What's up, Rail? How you
Awesome.
doing?
So listen, we got some people tuning in right now. I want to
Yep.
give people some shout outs. First of all, I got my big bro in the building, Gerard Gilroy. What's up, G? How you doing, Gerard? Good to see you. We got Desi in the building. Uncle Todd, I see you, bro. Nice background, fam. Tall black girl. How you doing, young lady? Thank you for stopping by. We got Esther Campbell in the building. Thank you so much, Esther. I appreciate you. She got her shoulders out. They look very shea buttered down, and we appreciate what you're doing, you and your shoulder meat. Donna's iPad, thank you,
With
and
the
your
mask,
loved
I
one for
can't tell
stopping
you
by. We
apart. I
appreciate
was
you,
like,
Donna.
that's-
You might want to back your glasses up a little bit, just
Yes.
a little. I could see your pores. Okay, cool. And then also Shondalia White. Thank you so much, friend. I see you all the time. I see you flexing on Instagram, and we appreciate you, man. Miss Lips is talking to her people. She ain't paying no attention. The camera's on, but it's everybody. Okay. I hope you're they in the drive-through. We appreciate y'all stopping by. And Cat's iPhone, thank you so much for stopping by. Crack 'em Up 17-year celebration.
Hey.
And Nichelle is still working hard time right now. Nichelle, come back over here. I got a question for you.
Yes.
So, if any comedian has ever came to Crack 'em Up on a Thursday night, you know, any given time throughout the night, Nichelle gonna pull up and be like, "Picture time." She will pull up. She's the only person I know that's still like. Do you use your phone or you still got the handheld camera?
This is my phone, my iPhone.
You had the other. She had the wind up the. Remember
The throw
the
one?
disposable one?
No, I did.
You had a disposable one. Then you had the kind that took batteries for a long
I mean, no,
time.
Crack 'em Up
Really?
do predate the
Yes, you
iPhone.
did.
It does predate.
Yes,
wow.
she
It
did.
does.
She had a little phone, and she had to zoom
does.
it in with her wrist. I don't know what this. She did the claw. I don't know if y'all seen the claw, but she turned around. She like picture time, everybody.
No, I didn't. I
You
did.
have.
You
But
had
picture
to.
time is such a special
It
time.
is.
First of all, the candy and the pictures. I used to come in for the candy.
Right.
She had the best candy ever. And see, picture time. It's not a joke. What made you start doing this? 'Cause I know sometimes as comedians, we take for granted all these special memories we have. Like, I'm literally in a class with a bunch of millionaires and people career taking off, like Rail Battle, Lil Rail, Rail Battle, Tiffany Haddish, Tony Baker. Like, all these great comedians are in my class, and I'm watching their careers take off, but I don't take pictures. We don't take
have
pictures
to.
unless it's a huge event. What made you say, you know what? I need to document this every single week for 17 years.
Well, filmmaking was like what I wanted to do when I went to college.
You learned the little wrist break that you do?
No, but I took,
Right.
photography
Stupid.
101, but you got to have a good eye when using a camera and stuff. And so it was just something that I loved doing, was taking pictures.
Yeah.
And then, in the beginning with the Comedy Store, which I totally understand, couldn't take video. So I had to capture the
Because it
moment
wasn't invented,
somehow.
or like, what do you mean? Or wasn't it allowed?
What?
You said you couldn't take video. Why not?
No, we could. Remember, we can't.
You can't record in here.
Shows.
Even in the hallway in the green room?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's legit. Yeah, I done got a couple posts snatched down for
Really?
on video. Yes, I done
Yeah.
This
snuck
was
and
no place to be
recorded.
a rumor. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's why we started taking all the photos. And then it just was like it just got like just more and more and more, and then people would just come by to get pictures. So took all the pictures. So that's why you guys saw all those pictures on Facebook. Like every week it was like 50 photos. So But
you
you had to
can't say it like
capture.
that. No, these are 50 great photos. This is memories.
they were
This is
were
Black
memories.
history.
Yeah.
And especially now because they're popping up on the memories on Facebook, and I see you guys every day. So
Now we got a special guest here as well. One of the hosts of Crack 'em Up. Greg, you want us to tell your credits before we?
I ain't got no credits.
Rail Battle is joining us, y'all. Give it up for Rail
With the
Battle.
disrespectful leg cross, you know he make
Yeah,
money.
it's my. I call this the Denzel.
The disrespectful leg
The
cross.
Denzel. I was out there chilling, and just like at Crack 'em Up, when the host ain't there, Michelle, you go on stage, you do the first 10. I just can't hang out. Now she put me to work.
Well, now you're here.
You put me to work.
Rail, what was one of your most memorable moments on Crack 'em Up Thursday, whether you on stage or just there kicking it green room or just in the building?
Oh man, memorable moments. It's not really memorable. It's just like the progress of it from, not being able to get on because Michelle got 30 comics to being able to get the first spot, to being able to get the second spot, to gradually she's like, can you host? And then just it became my little, like we all had turns hosted, but it became my thing for whatever, a year or whatever. So I think it's the gradual progress to, that's how most comics, I know Rahman said this, that's how we meet each other, really. It's the only real, for Black comics, the only real hang. So you meet most of the friends you're going to have for your whole career in the green room. So just the progress of, can I get in? I can't get in. Uncle Levi, $5, brother. And then I'm a comic. And then one spot, two spots. You host one day and you host a 10 o'clock show and to just, you running it. You know what I'm saying? So just the growth of the show. We're going to remember the show for the rest of our lives, I think. So that's probably my most, it's not really a good answer, but
you've been coming through forever, though.
Yeah.
I was here I was the guy in the back just trying to, and the show, you got to go up, not till 2:30 a.m. You got to wait. Is it 2:30 yet? Okay, Terrell, stop asking. Okay, sure.
Hey, I have a question for you. A follow-up question. So I was telling the show, I said I feel like this is the most honest room in LA. Like this room is very honest. What you give is what you get back, and there's no debate about that. For you, how would you describe that stage at Crack 'em Up? How would you describe the energy on the stage?
The electricity working. No, it's I call it the breeding ground. It's like when you say like you got to put that work in, young blood. Like Crack 'em Up is when I think about that. Every other show is a showcase thing. You trying to do something big. Crack 'em Up was the workout where you and nobody would be on the same stage that Cedric will come through, or it's the show. You got to follow Esau your first year. You know what I'm saying? After he do 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it's that show where, D-Ray might come in, and so you might have to wait for more. So it's that when you think of the comedy stories of the grind you got to put in, the stories usually always come from Crack 'em Up, from me and my friends, my peers. That makes sense.
I feel like them walk down the stairs are the most important moments of your life at this building.
Right.
When you walk down the stairs and you're in the green room,
and
everybody watching you, it's a really
you
dope
see who's
moment,
going up. And it's that moment of that's how people know if you're funny. Like, yo, I heard you just, what I'm saying? It goes around. Like, oh, he the new. I remember Tony Baker first came. I remember Tony Baker first came. I remember that because I might have been like a year before.
Yeah.
And then people were like, right, Tony Baker, Crack 'em Up. I said Tony Baker. And then that's how you get your name out there. Like Ron G hosting this now. I heard you from Union, but that's how you build your little bones. And it's the first. Go ahead.
So you can tell how funny somebody is by how quiet the hallway is.
Right.
Yeah.
If the hallway is quiet and Uncle Levi, hey, can y'all keep it down?
Right.
Most likely the comic is all right. But it's been times I've seen people who nobody knew came up and ripped it, and everybody got quiet and started looking in the room, watching who was performing.
Right.
But that's what we hear, and that's the legend of Crack 'em Up to an extent. You know what I mean? You want to come and be that person who comes from out of town or who's new to the city, and when you finally get up at the Comedy Store, you know the reputation, so you want to be that one.
Yeah.
I want to make people howl to the point they can hear it downstairs in the main room, or they can hear it downstairs in the hallway in the original room. That's what it is.
I need you to pour Michelle and give her a toast.
Okay. You want to open
Let's
it
do that.
Oh no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna do
We're
toast
not
now.
doing that yet.
Oh.
We're gonna wait for the
Look,
toast.
Uncle Levi want a drink.
Uncle
Okay,
Levi
that's
trying
what.
to
That's
get him
what.
a cocktail.
Uncle Levi want a shot.
Show them the
Get her drunk,
Versace's,
please.
Uncle Levi.
Get her
Show them
drunk.
the Versace's again. Come on, you guys.
That's all he want.
I see
Hey.
Gerard.
I mean, it ain't no joke. That's money, honey.
All right, so
So we need to look into the crowd. We didn't see who's out there.
we gave him a little shout out.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. You over here working.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for coming again. Hey, Mom, Dad, you're still awake. Erica,
Hey, Mom
Dawn,
and them. What's up, y'all?
Monica, Erica, Elijah, Dell, Esther, Gerald, Big Thunder.
I didn't show love to Kat too. Kat, iPhone.
Yeah,
I see you.
Kathy.
What's up, Kat? How you
She
doing?
brought the balloons. Shout out to her and the balloons. Desiree, my god sister. There's Clarissa. There's Chandelier White. Delmar, we see you.
Now,
We see you
also,
hiding. Hey, Monica.
Nichelle, we
Michelle.
got Butter on the patio. Butter, can y'all hear us out here? And can we hear y'all?
A little bit.
Can you say a little something, Butter? I can't hear you, bro. If you're
Uh,
out there.
Did they
Butter,
turn
I
the
ain't
mic
saying.
on? The mic is on?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know,
Sound like alien.
you live.
I know, right?
Well, that we can't do that because we can't hear you, Butter.
There we go. Is it good? Can you hear now?
We good now?
There we go.
Hey.
What up?
What's up?
How's it going out there?
Outside holding on the balcony with the comedians. Hey, Thomas. What's up, y'all? Hey. Yeah, we're out here with alcohol where we can drink, but just by the bar. So
Hilarious. So if y'all can't tell us what the vibe is like on the patio right now.
Man, look, we just out here vibing. I'm just so happy to be out of the house.
It's loud. It's nice.
There's some people in the back too.
It's a bomb. We got Jasmine and Leo here. New mom.
Give a shout out to the back lot.
We got one heart in the back.
All right, we'll come back to y'all in a little bit, but we got another package that we want to toss to. So y'all stick around. We'll be back. We got packages.
In fact, we call them packages.
I think we ain't cut to the package yet. No, it's not on yet. Again, guys, we tossing to a package. Hang in there with us.
And thank y'all again for stopping by, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Shout out to all the comedians that are watching live. Shout out to all the aspiring comedians. And if you just love comedy, thank you for stopping by and watching as well. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, me too. Camera four, and go.
No sound on the video, guys.
Function is work. You okay? He did.
All right, y'all. We back. Are we back? Back. All right. Again, welcome. Crack 'em Up Comedy 17-year anniversary. I'm Cornelia, joined by Ron G. Nichelle Murdoch is here. Uncle Levi, Real Battle, sitting here on the couch as well. Here at the world famous comedy store, Sunset Boulevard. We got people out here on the patio in front. We got people in the back outside on the patio, just here to celebrate such a wonderful accomplishment. Again, we've been doing this. Michelle's been at it for 17 years.
So I have a question for you, Cornelia.
Okay.
So I feel like since you've been here, the climate has changed for Black women. Like, because when I first got here, it was like basically all male dominated. I think Ronnie Ray was the host. I think Ronnie Ray is joining us now, but he was the host at the time. And watching Black women come into the space and like take over such a dope thing with like Zaynab, Takara, Tiffany Haddish taking the top off of it. How does it feel to be a part of a movement, especially this is headed by a woman, which is Nichelle, and you being a part of a byproduct of her giving us a platform? Like, how does it feel to be a Black woman and being a part of this thing?
It feels good. I knew the legend of Crack 'em Up when I got here. I heard about it very quickly. And at the time, there were 2 Black shows here at the Comedy Store. So I heard about both of them. But it was always like a point in my mind where I was like, I have to get on that show and I have to be a part of it. But I did feel when I got here, the climate start to shift a little bit. Because I heard the stories that, ain't no Black women out, they ain't funny. Like, I heard all of that. I heard it. And
haters.
And I felt it. But I do realize that I got here at a time where it was starting to turn a little. It was starting to, the tide was starting to turn. And Nichelle, she always gave me stage time. She was always there for me. So I never felt that pushback to the extent of some of my peers have felt. So, it's just been a blessing.
Don't discount
for me.
your funny either, though.
Yo,
you are actually exceptionally funny.
Thank you.
Right. You gotta get a microphone, bro.
I think it's the auntie thing. When you got a short natural.
Sorry.
Okay. It's only so much chitter chat you're gonna.
When a Black woman listen like this,
you be like, tell me what's on your mind.
Hold your neck while they When you hold your neck,
You gotta
in your
rub
throat,
the back of
No,
the
she
neck.
turns
respect
totally
you.
away. She turns away and just get real funny on somebody else. And I love it. And I love the way she did that. And I would tell Michelle that too.
Thank you, Uncle Levi. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You know me,
No.
I stopped the whole show. I get a little rude.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Because that's a part of it. You
Shut
know,
the show down.
you gotta own it. No, I've seen both of you, Real and Ron, command the stage, different stages, but this one in particular, in your own way, and that is, is very admirable because everybody brings their own flavor as hosts.
Mhm.
Everybody has their own thing, but you two both have, y'all, you made your stamp on the room for sure. And that's just why we're here, and that's the gift of stand-up comedy.
And this room has showed me how to do that because one thing I like about Crack 'em Up, the crowd is never the same from week to week.
Ever.
Like ever. One week you can
Ever.
have all black, then you can have all white, then you can have all white with no black friend white, and then you can have corporate crowd, then you can have international, and that type of environment forces you to expand your vocabulary, expand your comedy, and see if it really works.
And also because we're on Sunset and you get a lot of tourists.
A lot of foot traffic, yeah.
Yeah, so that would also help. It was like you never knew what you're gonna get.
So also too, man, I think one cool thing about this show is I feel like we've always done birthdays well.
Oh,
Speaking of
Oh,
17
very
years, I just feel like Crack 'em Up Thursdays is like the #1 birthday spot. Like if you're watching this and you're in Los Angeles and you want to have a birthday, this is a great place to throw birthday parties. Because I feel like, honestly, as a comedian, the highlight be when we cut the cake and everybody start freestyling. When they cut the
back
cake,
in the day,
and
yeah.
every comedian want to be a rapper, and every rapper want to be a comedian,
Yeah.
and everybody can freestyle when they drunk. I don't know what it is about comedians, but
cake.
when comedians get drunk, everybody think they got bars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I must have been at home when that happened because I don't be here during the freestyle. I mean,
You miss it?
No, I ain't sticking around.
But
for
it's
that.
like 2 in the morning though. It'd be 2
Yeah,
in
I
the
be at the
morning
house.
when the show is over.
Mm-hmm. After we eat up all the cake. But look, that was my job, the cake. I make sure the cake come in.
We need you to get a microphone. Can you give her a microphone?
And
please?
the ice cream.
Again, like I say, the cake was my bag. That's what I would do. I would go get the cake and I make sure I got the prettiest cake for that person on his birthday, his or her birthday. And that was exciting for me
Yeah.
because I love sweet things. And I always tell the girls that want to hear it, hey,
Uncle Levi, you making the ladies blush. I see
Which-
you.
which-
tall
which-
black,
which-
tall
which-
black girl. I see you.
which
They're
way-
making you blush.
which one you think
Huh?
is better, the cake or you? Well, anyway,
Hilarious. He want these cake off your booty is what he said.
hey
Oh
now,
my God.
With some champagne. It's
Look
plenty of
here.
it left over.
and you get all kind of stuff like that up in the
and
belly
Kat
room.
Came back on the screen. She heard somebody
Run
eat booty
G,
off a cake. She
Run
logged
G.
back in.
Tell them why they call the belly room the belly room.
I don't know why. Tell me why.
They call the belly room because that's where Richard Pryor, when he came in there, was a lot of pregnant women.
Really?
Yes,
What the?
yes.
Is that Uncle Levi?
Can we
Is that-
confirm this?
Huh?
Can we confirm this?
Ask him.
Ask who?
Anybody,
Yeah, ask
anybody
them.
out there know that?
Can somebody Google this?
And when I
Can we
first
Google
came
this?
here, they had a
Please.
yeah.
Clarissa,
That's how the
please.
huh?
Huh.
That's how the belly room got called the belly room. It is the belly
Hilarious.
from pregnant women
So
that was
funny.
going up on stage.
So Michelle, I have a question for
What?
you. How do we even get the name Crack 'em Up Thursday? Out of all the names in the world, how did you get that name? Just curious. I never asked you that.
You know what? I was working on Woman Thou Art Loose. I was working on a film set.
Really?
Yeah, and I was getting ready to start Crack 'em Up, and I asked a couple of people that I was working with for suggestions. And I always ask them, a lot of the people, oh, there's Justin. A lot of people that are on the Zoom right now, they're used to me asking them, hey,
Mhm.
come up with a name for a show. Think of some names for shows.
Yeah.
And so it just stuck.
What were some of the other names that you got?
Oh, God.
Tell me something.
Yeah,
That
give
was
us the
17 years
give us the
ago.
D
The ones that
list.
didn't make it.
Yeah,
Laugh Out Loud was one.
I mean there is a laugh
No,
out
it
loud
doesn't.
now. The whole network.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hold on. What happened?
Oh, I guess it's on the guys.
Your phone? died?
Michelle's laptop died. We still live, y'all.
You want my laptop?
So-
Yeah, we still good.
Okay.
She said her first suggestion was Throw It Back Thursdays. Throw It Back Thursdays.
Throwback Thursday.
Was that it?
No.
Huh?
Twist. I can't remember.
You can't remember none of them?
I don't have any of the names. I swear that was so long ago.
I feel like it had the
So
rhyme,
long
so it
ago.
was like ha ha Hardy or something. I don't know.
Ha ha Hardy.
Y'all want to get somebody to hear some of these names, man.
Man, I have no clue.
Throw it back, toss it up, take it to the streets Thursdays. Take it to the no.
No.
Throw these things. Throw them things
Take it to
Thursdays.
the streets.
Throw, throw them things
I
Thursdays.
don't know.
Hilarious.
So
Well,
we want to thank you guys for coming and being on our Zoom with us. You know, we're missing a couple of people, so this is kind of like crack 'em up. How we would just end up throwing up a couple of people that were here.
No, it's all
Yeah,
good. We having a good time.
and
You,
stuff.
but you said that like we wrapping up. Are we wrapping up?
No, we're not wrapping
Okay, you
up.
said
We're
it like it
still
was over.
going.
He was like, "Thank you guys for coming out."
No, I'm trying
Thank
to
you.
stop because my computer went dead.
It's okay.
It's
We'll
okay.
figure it out. We got it.
girl, they don't. We good. We've been here live at the world famous comedy store celebrating 17 years of crack 'em up comedy, y'all.
Sunset Strip.
Sunset Strip. Some of the legends have been in this building and on this show. We named a few at the top of the show. Nichelle and Ron, name some of the people that you guys have seen come through the doors of Crack 'em Up just over the years.
Mark Curry.
Mark Curry, yeah.
Man.
Shout out to Mark.
Curry.
Can I tell y'all real quick? Recently, I was upstairs hosting, and
Justin
Mark Curry
Hires.
popped in and did a set, and it was a new comic who didn't know who Mark Curry was,
Oh man, bless their heart.
and he was like, "Why he get to go up before me?" and like pouting.
Oh, one of those comics.
Yeah. Mark Curry was on stage for 35 minutes, tore the room up. The little boy was in the back by the end, like almost in tears because he had to follow Mark Curry. So then
Oops.
by the time he got up, it didn't really go that well.
Oops.
But afterwards, you know, he got his talking to, and then Mark Curry embraced him and was like, let me help you out.
Hey, so listen,
night.
shifting gears a little bit, we got a special guest in the building, man. It's my
Yes.
brother, my friend. I'm so proud of this guy, man. You might have seen him on a little TV show on CBS called MacGyver. Talented rapper who has a new project out right now from St. Pete, Florida,
Hey,
by way of Atlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Justin Hires.
hey, turn up.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man.
I ain't seen your face in 2 pecan seasons. What's up, man?
Two pecans. Hey, that's how you know Ryan G from the South. And he's older than he's saying.
2 pecan seasons.
I've been good, man. I'm glad I was able to come out here last minute. I wasn't
Man.
even supposed to be out here, and then some shit happened with my schedule, and I was able to come out here. And yeah, so I hit up Nichelle, and you know what I'm saying, and you
It's
know,
all good, man.
Always, every time you come in town, we appreciate that.
And this room is a part of all of our journey, man. We was talking about like how dope it was and some of our most memorable moments. Do you have any memorable moments that have popped in your head?
well, this is actually the first real show I ever did in Los Angeles was Crack 'em Up Thursdays. You know,
Man.
this was the first show I invited people to come see me bomb. You know, you're like, hey, everybody, come watch me tonight. And then, you know, you bombing in front of everybody. You're like, ah. And see, let me tell you something about friends. Your friends will say, man, we gonna laugh at whatever you say. It don't even matter. We just coming to support you. We gonna
That's real
laugh.
friends.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. If you ain't funny, no one's laughing. Okay, there are no courtesy laughs. They just like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you're not funny tonight.
So have you ever bombed?
Come on, yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, I take pride in bombing because I know I'm working on new material. It's very rare that I will bomb with something that I know that works.
Yeah.
But if you ever see me bomb now, it's because I'm working and I'm trying out new material. I'm not somebody that's gonna keep doing shit that I know that work. I'm already on tour, so there's no reason for me to keep. I don't
Tour
have.
flex.
I don't.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I do
Tour flex,
I
very
do
cool.
college cafeterias. You know,
At high noon.
at high noon. But no, it's like it's no reason. I don't have anything to prove when it comes to that. It's like
Right.
I'm trying to grow as a comedian. And so if you ever see me like having an off night or something, it's most likely because I'm working on newer material.
Yeah, which is dope, man. We were talking about some of our special moments. I don't know if you remember this, but I feel like you were there too. Do you remember after David Chappelle took his hiatus and he came back and performed in the main room, and there was a big hole in the wall in the green room to crack
Yeah.
him up, and it was
Yeah.
like 10 of us looking through the hole watching David Chappelle when he came back.
I do
You
remember that. Yeah, I was up there. Yep, I remember that, man. Shout out to Chappelle. I remember he came back buff as hell. I remember, you know, he left skinny and he came back super swole. And I remember
Is
one.
that JoJo from KC JoJo?
I was like, Chappelle would beat my ass right now. So I remember he was at the Laugh Factory one night when he came back from Africa, and I'm sitting next to Damon Wayans Jr.
Mhm.
And Damon Jr. was like, man, Chappelle's buff. And I was like, yeah, that's my Damon Jr. voice. But yeah, man, Chappelle's to me, Chappelle is the GOAT now. That's for me.
Right.
Like I mean, when I'm not saying one of the GOATs, you know, people be like, that's a GOAT. No, I'm saying he is the absolute GOAT to me now because he's put out multiple classic specials. I feel like the greatest stand-up comedians have only put out 2 classic specials. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Chris Rock. I feel like they have 2 classic specials. I feel like he surpassed 2 classic specials. He has to me at least 4 classic specials. So for that alone, you know, he's the absolute GOAT for stand-up.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
sometimes the GOAT is a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? It depending on like just like the Michael Jordan and Kobe or Michael Jordan and LeBron, like depending on your generation, you always think your generation is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like you said, as far as now, I don't think nobody can touch Chappelle.
Nah, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And to be able to see him
there's no
perform
decline.
live,
There's no decline.
to be able to see him perform live as a young comic is like the greatest thing ever. Because I was there. Remember when he broke the record and he was doing like 7-hour sets?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I got more to say, niggas. I got more to say. Like, but you know, when you're a young comic, you just go watch it regardless. I mean, I was sitting in the Laugh Factory in the Comedy Store, fucking 2-3 o'clock in the morning, just watching Chappelle.
I got
Yeah.
about 2.5 hours in. I'm like, I'm about to go home. Yeah, because I ain't getting, he getting paid. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm gonna go home now.
Straight
now,
up.
Justin, besides the Chappelle moments, what's one of your most memorable moments at Crack 'em Up Comedy anytime throughout your career?
I tell you what, this was before I did Rush Hour. I was performing one time. I don't know, right? Can people even see me? No. Where's the camera?
Right here and then right here.
Oh, okay. That's how you know. I'm like, where is the camera? I was performing one night at Crack 'em Up Thursdays, and I heard somebody laughing. I heard, ha, he pretty funny man, ha. And I was like, I looked over. It was Chris Tucker sitting. It was Chris Tucker. Oh, hey, John Egg. It was Chris Tucker sitting over in like where the comedians sit.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit. I was like, Chris Tucker. I was like, hey man, I love you. He's like, I love you too, man. And and I mean, to me, and that was before Rush Hour and all of that. But just to have somebody that I look up to, somebody that's a legend, to say that I was funny doing stand up. I mean, that meant the world to me. You know, so that was probably that, and I'm gonna tell you my other memorable moment that I always say. I was hosting Crack 'em Up Thursdays, right? Nichelle was gracious enough to let me host, and I was hosting Crack 'em Up Thursdays, and I was struggling that night. I wasn't doing that good. I was like, damn, I was like, must be the crowd. So I brought up. I know that's what you still think is the crowd. It must be the crowd, old lame ass crowd. You know, I bring up Tony Baker.
Yeah.
Tony Baker goes up there and destroys. I'm talking about murder. And then I was like, I guess it was me.
I was trash when I was up there.
Right. Yeah, and I'll tell you one more very memorable moment was Gerard Carmichael. I had been hearing rumblings about how funny. Like we kind of started out together doing open mics and stuff, but I hadn't really seen him do a set in a while. And I probably had went off and was doing like some MTV prank show or some shit like that, and you know, some shit that was unsuccessful. And so, so I fucking get back, go to Crack 'em Up Thursdays. Gerard goes up, kills. I'm talking. He had some OJ Simpson glove joke or something. Let me tell you how brilliant the joke was. OJ's not even relevant.
Yeah.
You know, it's like who the fuck cares
like
about
Mike Tyson joke? You
yeah,
like, what?
Exactly. It's like exactly. He was doing a Frederick Douglass joke. So, like I got this Harriet Tubman that's gonna kill. So he fucking killed. But because he killed, now I went up there and I killed too. But it was because watching him, I was like, oh, I gotta elevate my game. Watching him. So those were like some key, like memorable moments for me at Crack 'em Up Thursdays.
Hey, super dope, man. Let me give a quick shout out to the people that's watching online, man. Again, shout out to Donna and them. Appreciate you. Tall black girl, thank you for stopping by. Desi got her hair done. I see your edges. Uncle Todd, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother. He couldn't make. What is that? A smoker's card?
Yeah, well, look, that's when he used to host with Gerard.
Hilarious.
That's Big Thunder.
Why Gerard got the same hat on in the flyer
Big
as he does in real life? That's
When
so
we were
hilarious.
fast,
That flyer is 19 years old, and Gerard got on the same hat. Hilarious. Shout out to Esther Campbell. We appreciate you. Kat Smith, thank you so much. And Chandelier White, thank you so much. We had Dale Harris and Ronnie Ray on the screen as well. So
Dale is here, isn't Dale?
She's
Dale
outside.
is outside on the patio.
Hey, Dale, there she
Dale,
go.
Renee is outside
yeah,
as well. We got two
Hey, Dale, what's
of
up,
the
lady? How
women
you
Crack 'em
doing?
Up hosts here. But we're gonna take a quick break, toss to another package, and then we'll be right back with more, y'all.
We got packages.
Justin hires everybody.
Building.
Come get this package.
Come get this package.
Okay.
Man, we good, bro. Somewhere up in here. Somewhere up in here. You're like 4 packages in.
To save all.
You got a bunch. We got a bunch left, though, right? Or no? How many more packages we got left? Maybe not.
We gotta run Justin.
All right, y'all. Again, welcome back. This is the 17-year anniversary Crack 'em Up Comedy here at the Comedy Store, world famous Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. I'm Cornelia.
Comedian Ron G.
Nichelle.
Justin hires.
Uncle Levi.
Uncle Levi.
Hey.
17 years, right?
Hey,
Them slacks never get creased, no matter how much he moved.
Come on.
He
Do
still
y'all-
spray start your slacks.
Yeah, we
Did-
just here sharing some wonderful moments. Justin, any other memories from Crack 'em Up that you want to share?
Well, I just want to say, I want to give a shout out and salute to Nichelle and Uncle Levi for having this platform for comedians. So many times, I've needed to work out material or have a place to come and perform. Comedy can be therapeutic. It is for me, definitely, just to be able to get ideas and thoughts off. So to be able to have a place the way you feel welcomed and you feel at home, it's just a blessing. So I mean, Uncle Levi, you've always been supportive of me from from day one. Nichelle, you've always been supportive of me, and even when it comes to my music, you know what I'm saying.
God, I love it.
Right.
Yeah, tell us
Jay
about the business.
Hires
Talk.
is
What album, you got an album
fire.
out right now?
Yeah, so I technically call them like mixtapes. I'm kind of
project. He got a
I
project.
kind of project. Yeah, that's
got a
what I
project
say.
coming out.
I say I have a project. It's rapping. It is rapping. Yeah.
Uncle Levi, you blocking your blessing. You making that face right now? That means you ain't caught up. You got to catch up.
Hey, man.
I'll be on other trips. I'll be on other stuff. I heard about it.
Like, nigga, I'm on shrooms and acid right now.
You be on social media and say you're all caught up. You almost all caught up.
Yeah, so I got a project out right now. So basically the projects are like I'm doing them in chapters because I consider myself a storyteller, just in with comedy and writing and everything.
Yeah.
And so even with the music, all the projects, I say like chapter 1 is called chapter 1. I do this too. And it's called I do this too because clearly I act and I do stand up and I write. So this was like, yeah, I do this too. And then chapter 2 is he rap. Because it's like, yo, not the people is gonna be like, oh no, he rap for real. Like this not a joke. And then chapter 3, I'm working on now. Now I'm just really selecting which songs are gonna make the final project. But yeah, I go by Jay Hires on all music
How
platforms.
can we find the project?
Yeah, you go to the link in my bios as Justin Hires on Instagram, all them platforms. Justin Hires, Hires, like tires, but with an H. But if you just go on Spotify, you type in J.Hires, both of my projects will come out. And it's just elevating, man. My new style, just put out a new music video from chapter 2. No band. I need a band. I'm a hip hop band, like the Roots.
Yeah.
I know, but a rapper need a band too.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's funny too, bro? Like just thinking back to I remember every year for my birthday, we used to always take a trip to Vegas. And I remember on the road trip to Vegas, we used to always sit back and freestyle. And when you freestyle, I'm like, yo, you're a little different. Like you can tell, like he put some work into it. Like we was all playing around, and terrible rappers, they say stuff like ball and I'm a ball till I fall. We at the mall. We gonna call like Justin was going in. I'm like, yo, this nigga wrote this. Wait a second. It was amazing. But to see all that come to life now and watch you like flourish and your gift, man, and all these gifts, man, is super dope, bro.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I was just, let me tell you what made me the proudest was when I put out music and I came to LA and started hitting the comedy clubs.
Mhm.
No one made jokes about the music.
Yeah.
That's when I knew like, oh, like this shit is really resonating. Like they seeing it like, oh no, he can rap for real.
Yeah.
Because comedians, that's what we do.
Yeah.
If it was trash, they would have been like, look at this nigga.
Yeah.
But the fact I got it back on the comedy scene and nobody said anything, at least to my face, or like even on stage joking
Nah, you
around.
legit, bro.
Yeah.
You true.
I appreciate.
Freestyling when you guys were.
That's what I said. I was saying one of the highlights of the show is like birthdays. And after the show was over, we cut cake and everybody get on the mic and freestyle after the show.
Right.
That was one of the highlights of like Crack 'em Up Thursdays, man. So
yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited. My new stuff is even better. It's better than chapter 1 and chapter 2. And like I said, I'm just trying to progress and elevate it. And you know what it really come down to, and I'm gonna share this with anybody watching, really come down to ownership. You see what I'm saying? The music that I'm doing, the podcast that I just started, that's something to check out too, my Urban Legends podcast. But where I'm interviewing like living legends and people, I feel like making legendary moves. I did George Wallace and who else? I got Jesse T.
Afion
Usher
too,
from
right?
the Boys. I ain't did Afion yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But I'm gonna get to him.
Lamorne?
I did Lamorne Morris, Brandon T. Jackson. I'm doing Tommy Davidson next week. You see what I'm saying? But just the point is ownership. That's what I'm really trying to do. So the music, the podcast, is all products that I own. And that's really what I'm trying to get to when it comes to the material that we're doing. I think that's what we all need to be striving for, is to have stuff like right. I'm trying to see how to make what you're doing.
Oh my God.
Them videos, them what's going on videos, so funny. They so funny, man. I try to make sure I share them when I see them.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
They just hilarious, man. But that's what we got to do, man. We just got to continue to create, keep owning our content and our culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like we should make sure that we're profiting from our culture also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I'm trying to do with the music and even with the podcast.
Well, you're great at it, bro.
Doing it well.
Got what? A CD?
Oh, we'll see in the back, y'all.
CD.
Justin got CDs in the back.
See, I know, right? You got that 8-track.
We'll hook you up with the link.
We'll hook you up with the link.
What's the link? A link?
A link.
You ain't got no CD? I want a CD.
Johnny asked me one time, Uncle Levi, what's your hashtag? I said, what in the hell is a hashtag?
Hilarious.
No. Hashtag coffee shop.
Hey, so listen, man, if you're tuning into the 17-year anniversary of Crack 'em Up Thursdays. We want to thank y'all for joining us. Everybody online, shout out to you. If you're on the back patio, shout out to you, and the front patio as well. With my awesome host, Cornelia, Justin Harris, Uncle Levi, and the amazing Michelle Murdoch. I have a question for you two, man. Cornelia, for you and Justin, what was it like being a host here? Like, what did hosting here teach you about the comedy game?
One, well, I'll get into the deep stuff in a minute, but on some ego shit, it really makes you feel like you're on the right path. A lot of people move to LA and they don't do the things that they said they're going to do. Everybody got dreams out here, but to get that hosting spot, it was kind of for me like, damn, I'm moving, I'm doing it.
Right.
But on a deeper level, what it taught me to just keep going, to keep learning, to keep growing, because you said it earlier tonight. Every night is different. Every crowd is totally different. It's gonna be a white crowd one night. It's gonna be a mixed crowd. It's gonna be an all black crowd. You're gonna have a hood crowd. You never know what you're gonna get. So it just taught me how to keep growing, staying on my feet, staying fresh, and just staying agile to my craft and just wanting to get better. So I'm so thankful for that and for the opportunity.
Super dope. What about you, Justin?
It told me to am I too much feedback? It taught me to not quit. Oh, that's what it is. It taught me to not quit when a set isn't going good. So I think sometimes when you perform it, when you're doing stand-up comedy, sometimes you have a joke that don't work, and then you just like, damn, I bombed, and that's the end of the night. But it's like when you're hosting, like they're gonna see you again. So you better now think, back. Yeah, it's like you coming back whether they like it or not. So maybe you get another bat. Basically, you got another up at bat to try to say something funny or try to relate to the crowd somehow. So that's something I learned. And also, just being able to don't hop right into my material and kind of read the crowd, talk to the crowd, because I see comedians do that. A lot of times here at the Comedy Store, I used to see they'll hop right on stage and be like, "So I went to the mall," and people like, "Nigga, yeah." So I went to the mall, and my father, like, nigga, nobody don't give a fuck about you, the mall, or your father. So it's like we trying to actually get to know you and feel comfortable with you. So those are some of the things that I learned from hosting.
Yeah.
Here at Crack 'em Up Thursdays. What you learned from even? I know it's at a different club, but what you feel like you learned?
No, it actually started here.
Oh,
This is
that's
the first
right.
place I
That's
hosted
right.
it. I
That's
started
right.
here.
That's right.
Honestly, man, one of the things that were most memorable was the camaraderie.
Mm.
Because I remember, especially like you and I came out here similar times.
Yeah.
But I remember watching my friends on that top level, and if I do something, they'd be like, "Do it again."
Yeah, the peanut
Or
gallery.
what about saying this? And we would give each other tags, especially if it was late at night, and we would give each other tags. I'm like, yo, like, it's really cool to have your comrades and your friends like root for you while you're on stage. Because one, this space is a very coveted room that most people don't get a chance to actually host, because it's hard to perform on Sunset anytime during the week. Then when you host and your friends are here, and you literally come up here and watch your friends perform if you're not performing. But watching your friends root for you while you host, man, it's a super dope feeling, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a chance to watch people grow as well.
Right.
Like watching my other peers grow as well. So it's kind of cool to watch.
And shout out to Nichelle for giving us that opportunity. Nichelle, again, we would not have been here without your help. You offering up the stage whenever we needed it, and just lasting
whenever I need a job.
17 years in LA. That's a huge accomplishment. So again, all of the flowers.
52 days a year times 17.
We don't know.
Give me homework.
By the
Want the homework?
I graduated with a fourth grade degree, so I don't. So what's so crazy too? Even being here, like I just started watching the Comedy Store Showtime series, special or whatever documentary.
Check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's just so crazy. When I was watching the documentary, I was like, wow, man, I've been so fortunate to be able to work in this club, for all three rooms. I'm not a regular, but the point is the fact that I've been able to work in all these three different rooms and to be at this club. I mean, this is really a staple in LA.
Yeah.
To be able to say you get to perform and work at the Comedy Store is, I mean, a lot of people don't get to say that. People move out here to do this. So to be able to host here and to be able to come here and perform, in the OR and in the main room and in the belly room, I mean, that's just amazing in its own.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, I think we got some more packages, Nichelle. Am I correct with that? We got some more videos for the people.
We got packages.
Yeah, we got some packages.
Package. I know, right?
I'm trying to sell you crack. I'm just saying the baddest show at the Comedy Store Thursday night is back. Now we're making this video to say thank you to Michelle. So thank you, Michelle. Say thank you, Michelle. Michelle Murdoch, the producer of the show. Michelle. I'm sure her name is Michelle. Not Michelle. Michelle. Nah, I'm calling her Michelle. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You act like we're not the same person.
Should I just move this outside?
We're back, Crack 'em Up 17-year anniversary.
Kenny over here tripping. She tripping.
But right now we're gonna go outside to the patio.
Nice.
Butterman is out there, and Johnny and Dale, if y'all can hear us, can y'all come up to Butterman and just give a quick shout out and some words right now, Johnny and Dale, come on over here to Butterman.
Go to Butterman.
You have been
Butterman.
In case y'all don't know, like we said earlier, Crack 'em Up has had a plethora of hosts with two of the funniest comedians out here in LA. Johnny, who ripped last Friday at our show, and Dale is a beast. And shout out to John
pulled up to the patio.
But
I love y'all.
Johnny, and
I love y'all. Miss
do
y'all.
y'all have any words?
You gotta unmute it.
Johnny,
No.
do y'all have any words?
Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
Yes. Oh. Hallelujah. I do have some words. My words are congratulations to Nichelle, Murdoch. I see you in there, sharp as always.
As always.
All of the past hosts, all of the past talent that has come through, the amazing podcast. I wish nothing but success in all of the future endeavors for Crack 'em Up. It's going down. 17, that's a good age.
Hey.
17.
Still young and tender.
Right?
Dale, let's hear from you
Yeah,
here.
I gotta take this mask off. First of all, talking Todd. First of all, I want to say Nichelle has had this show for so long and has put me on stage every year since you've had the show. Since I first started doing comedy, on to making me a host. But this is what I also want to say. First of all, shout out to Nichelle parents who are so cool, so resilient. Love Nichelle. I don't know if they're still on. Shout out to everybody up there. But all I want to say too is not only does Nichelle provide us opportunity at the Crack 'em Up Comedy, when she gets other opportunities, we also hear from her. And that's what I appreciate so much, Nichelle, that somebody say unmute. Oh my God. All that talking and nobody was here. It was so hard though. No, everybody heard? We heard you, Bill. Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm over here really hard building it up. I'm going in. Like, and then I said, that's when my mama said, I'm going in all this time, and it is like unmute yourself.
No, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. Thanks so much. I rolled all the way down here on my bike. First of all, I was supposed to call in, and I saw that everybody was out here on Zoom. I was like, I live in Hollywood. I was like, I'm sweating on my bike. I'm like, I'm going in here. How dare I not be there? And but anyway, I had to come just because Nichelle, you have provided so many opportunities on and off stage. This woman thinks of us, just for the expansion of our careers, and we just cannot thank you enough. You know what I'm saying? God bless you so much. May the next 17, and may we also bring you the fruit as well as you try to bring us,
Put John C on the mic. John C, get on the mic, girl.
I'm on the mic. Hey, guys. Hey. First of all, I just want to say I miss all y'all. I've really disrespected comedy. I didn't take it as serious as I should have. Remember, I was going through this I quit phase. Okay, that's gone now. I'm back. I love y'all. I miss y'all. Nichelle, when I first moved here, you was year 8. And I just remember
stop pressing the button, please.
I just remember coming to your 10-year anniversary. Everybody was there. What? Okay. I don't know what. There it is.
Now we can't hear.
For who we are, because I'm kind of like a rebel and I get that. But I love y'all. And 17 more. I'm here. Love y'all.
Hey.
Turn up.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all for stopping by, ladies. That was so awesome, man.
Some of the funniest women out here in Los Angeles. And I think we have some of the male hosts joining us on Zoom. Is that correct, Nichelle?
Yeah, they're on Zoom. There's Gerard Hillary.
What's up, Gerard?
We got Gerard there.
Yeah, somebody showed a flyer for when Gerard was hosting. He had the same hat on he has on now.
Bell Battle, DC Urban, one of the hosts, Ron G. We've had some fantastic names.
Hold up, real quick, Ron. You have attacked my hat 3 times. I will let you know. First off, this is 17 years of Nichelle's show. but this would be 27 years of me in a gray bebop hat. This hat has died and been pumped back to life. This is really the third rendition. It's like a puppy dog that dies and they keep renaming it the same thing. It's a brand new hat. This is
let's just like it.
Yeah, well, that's what we try to get as close to, I'm consistent. Can I say something real quick? I've been struggling over here because I did want to do this, man. Shout out to everybody over there. And I'm gonna still do the toast. And I don't want this to tap it, but Justin said some things that Canilla and Ron have said, and most everybody else. With Crack 'em Up Thursday was not my first night as a host. I was a host at Uptown in Atlanta, and I come from Bruce and Earthquake.
Man.
So with Justin, what you said, dude, about if y'all notice, even when I come back to host the anniversaries leading up, always have a notebook. I try to lead by example. And it's what you said, Justin. When we're in the belly room, we're there to work. You want to come in there and crack a bit. And that's what I appreciate about all of y'all. And I always try to lead by example and me and Levi always talk about that. I always come with something that I might have written on the stairs on the way up. Just want to make sure that we understand open mic, and this is how comics grow. And the Shell has allowed us to have that space for 17 years. And for that, I want to say that. And I don't want to say anymore because I want to do the toast at the end, but I did want to co-sign with everybody who's come in there and touched that's what the belly room was about the whole time. And I wanted to represent that and kick that thing off like that. And when I was only there for a brief time, but we got it started 17 years, and you guys made sure to maintain that the whole time. And for that, big shout out to everybody who ever hosted and most of the comics who came and performed, because we know it's not true for everybody, but certainly for everybody sitting on the dais, and Dell and Jeanette, all of the girls and the guys who hosted, man, just big shouts out. And thank you to Nichelle for making sure to keep it open, and to Levi, who, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Levi, if Nichelle is Chuck D, then Levi is Flavor Flav. And that ain't about a disrespect. It's not.
No cap.
It's about the character that is consistent throughout. Do you understand that? Like, we look at the comments, everybody knows Levi. Levi is as much a part of that as everybody who hosted. Levi is the character and the spirit and the heart of that. Nichelle is the motor that makes it go, but Levi is a character that commemorates everything that we're talking about. I hope y'all take that the way I mean it.
Appreciate it, Gerard.
Big shout out to the Murdochs who's sitting up in the corner, who I know they got love and respect for their daughter, but I want to make sure that y'all know that we love and respect.
Is Eric up there? Is he asleep? Where you at, Eric?
Daddy.
What's up, Eric?
You sleep, Eric?
How you doing, baby?
Eric.
Hey, you just had a birthday too, didn't you? Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. So did you.
Yes, I did. You remember that, huh? Yeah.
Great,
all
man.
right, brother. I'll never catch you, okay?
Yeah, we'll go way back, man.
All the way back, Eric. It's a pleasure.
Hey, so Gerard, just want to first of all give you a shout out, man. We appreciate you so much. And honestly, for me, you were the first comic I ever seen make a living off of being a writer. Like when I first got here, I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought you had to be in front of the camera, but I think you did the Monique show.
I was, I write. I get in that writer's room. I do more warm up, but a lot of that.
All that I didn't know it was a thing though until I saw you do it.
Yeah, man. Just wherever, like what you said. Remember the story you told about performing at that venue, and then the following day you get hired to something that in the short future now you got an Emmy.
Yeah.
But it's rooted and steeped in stand up.
Yeah.
But how different you are. Remember, another comic would have been trying to negotiate more money or dilly-dallying when he was on crowd. You understand that you take every single opportunity, and you know that it could be. Justin is a great example of that too, right, Just? You go hard, dude. That's what I really like about Just. And everybody up there, dude, I promise you, it's not pandering or none of that. We watch y'all take every opportunity you have and max it. It's like when you're on stage, you remember that you walked from Santa Monica. When you're on stage, Just, you remember you weren't a star. That's how we get to be to those.
Hey, Gerard, didn't you
sir.
start around the same time that Ronnie Ray started?
You know what? I don't know Ronnie Ray until we get to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Okay. I come up. What the funny thing is about Nichelle and I is that we didn't know. Nichelle and I were in the AUC. I was at Morehouse. She was at Clark at the same time, but we didn't know each other. So we got
Justin too.
and Justin too. But Nichelle and I, like she said, she was in film. And so one of her mentors and somebody who's super cool with me, I was doing, I don't know if y'all remember, I put my hand up on your hip and I dip. I'm in the video with that. The dude who shot it is somebody who knew Nichelle. You guys know Zoo Man, Corey Zoo Miller. And you're talking about genuine kindred, genuine good people, and also very talented people. And those were our mutual friends, and they put us together, and it didn't take any time at all before we were off and running. It was crack 'em up on Thursdays, and it was what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it all happened. But no, Ronnie Ray is my guy, but we didn't start off together.
Dope, man. We appreciate you, G. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
it. Man, I'm glad y'all carried the flag on, man.
Okay, and then we have, his name is Uncle Todd now, but when he started with us, he was Big Thunder.
Big Thunder.
And who did you host with?
Unmute yourself, Big Thunder.
Oh, there we go. I'm out here. Can you hear me? All right.
Yeah.
All right. I got volume like the video package. Yeah, man. So I was hosting the early show right before Gerard came on stage, man. And Nichelle gave me the shot to do it. It was my first time ever being on stage, and I'm just like honored to be a part of this family tree. Like I'm watching the Ron G's, the Tony Bakers, I'm watching all y'all do big things, and I'm just proud to be a part of that family tree. And also, I feel like I gave Uncle Levi that name in the early show, bagging on him, standing in the back with the curl in the suit, because I was dying up on the stage, and I said, "Oh, this is the only thing I got right here, Uncle Levi," and then watch it just stick. And
he was just Levi before.
Is that true?
That's true, man. You did that.
Really?
And that was the part that added to your emphasis to where you are now.
I was like, what you say?
I gave you that
He said,
name.
like, I gave you that name. Shut that shit up.
Levi.
I had to roll
That
with
was-
you, but that
Junior
name,
don't know nothing
that
about
name
that.
came
Junior
straight from Nichelle. You guys don't really know how I met Nichelle, do you?
No.
Check it out. When I first met Nichelle, I saw she was real
was black
fine. I
lady.
said, "Girl, what's keeping them pants up that you got?" Oh, you know, always with
Okay. All right, Uncle
Snap
Levi.
at her. So one day she said, "No." One day she said, "Levi, I gotta have a meeting with you in your office." I was commercial real estate manager. You don't mind? It's okay. She said, we're gonna have a meeting at your office." I said, cool. So she came over to the office, and there was like 4 or 5 girls coming up there, all the way from different sides. I had 2 girls in the office, and then she said, "Levi, I can't come up here. Okay. Now, you're my uncle, okay? You're Uncle Levi. Where's Uncle Levi?" That's when she gonna come up the stairs hollering. And that's how I got the name Uncle Levi.
I didn't know where that story was going, but we appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Uncle
It got
Levi.
steamy though. I know that much.
He's like,
My nipples got hard.
Hey, so listen, Nichelle, I said Michelle. Nichelle, I'm gonna call you out, man. I have a very funny story, but I want to know the backstory of how it happened.
Okay.
So Nichelle hit me and said, "Hey, look, I'm producing this comedy show. I want you to be a part of it." I said, "Who's hosting?" She was like, "Todd Bridges." I was like, "Wait, what you talking about with us, Todd Bridges?" She was like, "Yeah,
I remember
he's
that.
gonna be hosting." I was like, "You sure?" She was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great. We'll pay you." I think it was, I don't know how much money it was. It wasn't a lot of money, but I did the show. And every time he spoke, the crowd started scratching their neck. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I was like, "Wait, how did this happen? Please tell me how that project came about. And did it ever come out? Did it ever air on anything?"
No.
No.
And Xavier, if you're out there, that was your project. But,
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, but that was in the beginning, and I was like a talent producer on there.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it was
Painful?
Huh?
Painful?
Yeah. And we all love Todd Bridges. And there was a
we
rule,
love him.
And there was a rule, and that was one, in the beginning of my career, one of the things that I learned is that if you don't want a comedian to do something, not to do it, because you guys are going to do it. So I had to tell all of the comedians, do not make fun of Gary Coleman in your jokes. And as soon as Y'all went up there, he did it.
I didn't do no
And
Gary
then
Coleman
he got
joke.
pissed off and he left, and it was just like, oh my God.
Hold on.
And we had to
Y'all
stop.
Gary
walked Gary
Coleman or Todd
Coleman?
Bridges?
Todd Bridges got pissed.
Y'all walked him.
For talking about Gary Coleman?
Yeah, because that was his friend. And then, it's like, hey, don't talk about it.
But you
So the
can't set
project
us
didn't
up like
come
that.
out because of you, right? That's what she's saying. Is she saying because
Oh,
you
that's
talking
not
shit
my
about
fault.
her?
I didn't do any
who
jokes
did
about
it,
that.
But I know he was pissed.
I know I got at least a hot 10 minutes on Gary Coleman. At least.
I can do a hot 12 now.
All right, so
Oh,
we
rest in
wanted-
peace. He dead, isn't he? My
Is
bad.
he?
Rest in peace. Yeah, he is.
Now we'll wind it down.
Oh.
Yes, we are going to do a toast. Toast to 17 years. Toast to Nichelle and Uncle Levi for keeping us going for this long. 17 years of crack 'em up comedy. If you are at home watching, if you in the patio, proceed to raise your glass and join us in celebration of this wonderful moment, y'all.
You gonna pour it? You gonna pour it?
We're gonna pour it up.
Join us.
Ron, wait.
And so,
Who want my cocktail? I ain't gonna be drinking.
I know I ain't drinking
Gonna
nothing.
have a little sip, Justin.
I don't drink. I'm the only person in the world that don't drink. I feel like it.
I'm fine, bro. I'm okay.
COVID
Uncle
cooties.
Here, you take it, Ron.
You know I love y'all. I came out here and
Too old for peer pressure.
I risked these COVID cooties.
But again, before we toast, Nichelle, any final remarks about this wonderful journey? Any comments, Nichelle, about 17 years? You've been doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah,
And
what's
you're
your-
currently doing
yeah.
it. We're gonna come back and we're gonna be doing it after COVID. So
yeah, we're pushing, so I guess let's just keep going. Let's see where it takes us. I'm excited about the future. 2020 has been out of control, but some good things are coming out of it. Creativity and being able to do stuff like this and try it out, and we're gonna do it again and get better. So I just think that 17 years, let's do 17 more.
Yes, amen
Awesome.
to that.
Any other projects you're working on that you want to speak about?
Yeah, working on some animated, an animated project that's really cool that, will kind of be able to compete with, some of the adult animation stuff that's out, because that's pretty hot right now, and producing some, is that BT Kingsley?
Yeah, it's BT.
That's BT. Shout out to
Oh,
BT and just for arriving.
And working on some comedy specials. I was worked on a producing team for Afion Crockett show.
Yeah, I just saw that's going to what? Peacock.
Yeah.
Shout out to Afion, man.
Yeah.
I was there for that show.
Yeah, I was there too. It's dope.
And so, it's and then just doing some more specials with some up and coming comedians and some rising stars, and well, that's the same thing. And some OGs and all of that.
Right.
So just looking to do more stuff like that, and I'm still writing.
Super dope. And she will be producing Todd Bridges' new Netflix special. So if you want to check that out, it should be out in
Todd.
2. Yeah, never. All right, thank you.
All right, so
It's called What You Talking About?
what are everybody raise their glass? What are we toasting to? 17 more years.
Yeah, but then Gerard
got some words for us. I'm
Gerard do the
Gerard.
toast.
Let him toast us up.
So really quickly, what I would like to do to start the toast for the 17th anniversary is one more time to Nichelle's beautiful mother and father, without whom we would not have Nichelle to be raising our glass to, but also it commemorates family. And if you notice, over 17 years, stand-up comedy, you guys know, is a hard thing to do. You hear Ron and Justin talking about taking birthday trips and freestyling, and Canilla and the girls talking about the path. Also about the belly room, and that Mitzi Shore put that room. I'm not sure if it was about pregnant women, Levi. You could be 1,000% right, but what we do know is that it was about women, that females didn't have any place to perform, and that was what the belly room was placed for. So it is only right that our beautiful sister and our queen, Nichelle, would be the one to pioneer something that lasts. And everybody knows anything that lasts 17 years takes a lot to maintain and master. And to have all of us, those of us who you do know, those of us who you do not know, all of us you will know in the future. From the last guy on the list, the guy who went up at the guy or girl who went up at 2:30 in the morning, or the comics who get the prime spot, the famous comedians who bump us when they show up. It's only because of the perseverance, the stick-to-itiveness, like my father says, the consistency and the passion that Nichelle has for what it is that she's done. I was the first host. There are many. Whoever's there now will not be the last, because this thing will move on. And even after we are gone, they're going to raise their glasses to Crack 'em Up Thursday. Crack 'em Up Thursday. 17 more years. I love y'all. Family.
Cheers. Cheers. Yes, 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 yes.
Over the lip around the tongue. Without Johnny, here's come.
All right, so it was a fantastic evening, Nichelle. Thank you, and we are.
You want to log off and do your handle?
We're gonna do our handle. Oh, we got one more package. All right, we're gonna toss the one more package, then we're gonna come back and say our goodbyes and thank everybody for joining us. 17 years.
Hey.
Happy 17th year anniversary of the fact of World Famous Comedy Store. Hey, I love it. It's one of my favorite shows. 17 years, every single week.
Why he's sweaty?
Nobody can handle that. That's why you're someone special. And I know I can speak for myself, but also a lot of comedians. Hundreds and thousands that you put on that stage in the belly room and say, you are one of the most supportive and encouraging people in this comedy community. Thank you for being that bright light. And here's the 17 more years. What do you say? Hey, Michael King here. Say congratulations to Crack 'em Up. 17 years. Michelle, Comedy Store. Shout out to Uncle Levi. $10.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. I just want to say congratulations to you for 17 years. Giving us a platform.
And then we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do two handles.
That God bless us with. God bless you. God bless you. And everyone else that has anything to do with Crack 'em Up. We love you. You share. No words can stand because I tell you you're amazing. I love you. And I can't introduce that. The first time I got to host Crack 'em Up, I was so nervous, but I knocked it out. Who was talking nervous I do this, you know? But I knocked it out, and it was excellent, great. Had the crowd laughing, rolling, and I'm also making my name.
Well, no, I think he knew.
Hollywood as well, so.
He's funny. I think he's funny. Is that Matt?
I'm sure he is. I ain't been around shit. I ain't been here months and I came back talking shit. I don't know none of these motherfuckers.
You found your way, you made one, and you're always providing culture. Shout out to you, Michelle. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
Yay, yay, yay.
It's your anniversary.
Did you? Where you going? Crack 'em Up. There's another one. Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait for the next 17 years. You have created such a legacy.
Just give me this. Just point at me when it's
institution room. Where would a lot of us be without you? Thank you for your vision. We love you. God bless you. And can't wait for more. Can't wait to come back. Love that stage. I'll see you soon. Bye.
back and wrapping it up here.
Look at that. You tried to switch it up on me.
Crack them up.
I popped up on you, Canadian Stradwick. Levi, Michelle, Ron G. They tried to catch me off guard.
One of the favorites of Crack 'em Up comedy, one of the favorites in LA.
Y'all changed. I didn't change. I still showed up at the same time I normally would.
The let out.
At the let out.
Right as
You
we
made
finna
the
close.
virtual let out. It's hilarious.
But we are wrapping it up, guys. It has been a fantastic
Let me do a quick
night.
5.
Before we go, before we say goodbye, where can everybody find everybody up here on
Justin,
social
go
media?
first.
Yeah, all my stuff is Justin Hires, JUSTIN HIRES, and my podcast, Urban Legends Podcast. Interviewing. I got some great guests, Jackie Long coming up. Just check it out, man. Urban Legends, that's Legends with a Z. My music is J Hires on all streaming platforms, and yeah, man, just trying to keep. Oh, and fucking MacGyver. I be forgetting about MacGyver. That's so funny, bro. I'm on MacGyver on CBS, and it's gonna start back. We start back. I think we're going into season 5. So
cool.
Yeah, man. So MacGyver on CBS. I'm the black guy on the show, so I'm easy to spot. And yeah, that's
Uncle
what.
Levi, you want to?
Hey, yeah, I'm done. I've done a few movies and everything through this, and I appreciate being around all you guys. And hey, you know, it's just love, 130%.
Appreciate it. BT.
Y'all knew I was gonna show up at the time I showed up. Crack them up. I love you, Nichelle. I love you, Levi. You guys put a lot of work in, and I will be glad when we will be back up and running. And I will show up 5 minutes before it's over. Please watch Give Me Five on my YouTube.
Hilarious.
Ron, where can they find you?
Follow me on the internet, Instagram, comedian RONG, comedian Ron G on everything. And yeah, what about you, Cornelia?
You can find me across the board on all social media at Cornelia, like Kenny and Ophelia. Check out my website. Got some shows I'm performing on park benches and in grassy knoll areas around Los Angeles. So come check me out. Nichelle Murdoch, where can we find you?
And you can find me everywhere at Nichelle Murdoch.
All right, y'all. It's been a pleasure. Once again, 17 years of Crack 'em Up Comedy, Comedy Store, world famous, Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in.
What's going on? Thank you, boss.
Love y'all.
It's a pleasure working with you, Nichelle.
Go, but I can do a quick five.
One love, man. Peace out, man. Much love, Gerard. I appreciate it, bro.
It's easy. You already know. Like I said, get with me, man. If there's anything I can do, you already know.
I got you, bro, for sure, man. I appreciate everything you did for me, man.
It's nothing, man. Like I said, we all the same till we keep doing it. If I could ever do it, I'll do it. You already know.
All right, I appreciate it, bro. One love, bro.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. Peace and love.
Peace and love, man.
Wow, let's go.